The first time I saw the picture I thought it was a joke. My roommate David was looking for a new place and he showed me this listing online. It was a beautiful old Victorian house on the edge of town with a sprawling lawn and a wraparound porch. The price was so low it was ridiculous. "It's 100 years old," the listing said. "Some minor renovations needed." We laughed, thinking it was too good to be true. It was. The second night after we moved in, I was unpacking a box of old VHS tapes when I heard a sound from the basement. It wasn't a thump or a creak. It was a sort of low, rhythmic hum. I went to the basement door and listened. Nothing. Just the silence of a new house. I shrugged it off and went back to my tapes. The next morning I found a tape on my pile that I didn't recognize. It was old, without a label. I popped it into the VCR and hit play. The screen flickered to life. The footage was grainy, shaky, like someone was holding the camera as they walked. It was the interior of our house. It was a point-of-view shot, walking through the living room, down the hallway, and into the kitchen. Then, the camera stopped in the middle of the kitchen. It was pointed at the wall, but nothing happened. It just sat there for 10 minutes. Then, a low rhythmic hum started, the same one I heard the night before. The camera then panned slowly, showing a man standing in the corner of the kitchen, his back to the camera. His shoulders were slumped, his head bowed. The camera got closer, almost to his back.
The house, the house, the house.
The tape cut to static. I was terrified. I showed David the tape, but he just laughed. "It's an old VHS tape, probably some guy's weird film project," he said. He was right, but that didn't stop the dread from settling in my stomach. Over the next few days, it happened again. Another unmarked tape appeared. This one showed the house from the outside. The camera pointed at a bedroom window. The window of my bedroom. The man was visible in the window. His face pressed against the glass. He wasn't looking at the camera. He was looking at me, or where I would be if I were in the room at that moment. The footage zoomed in on his face. A blank, pale mask with eyes that were nothing but black holes. David started to notice things too. A door that was locked would be ajar. The old grandfather clock in the hallway, which we'd never wound, would chime at odd hours. The final straw was when we found a tape with a close-up of my face, sleeping. The camera was so close I could almost feel the presence of the person holding it. The date on the screen said it was the footage from the previous night, an hour after I'd gone to bed. We decided to leave. We packed a few bags, leaving most of our things behind. As we were walking out the door, I turned to take one last look at the house. On the porch, a small, unmarked box sat in the middle of the welcome mat. I felt a cold knot in my stomach as I opened it. Inside, there was a single, brand new VHS tape. On it was the title, in my own handwriting, something I'd never written. It read, "The House Always Wins." We didn't stay to watch it. We ran. And now I can't shake the feeling that a man in a suit is watching me from a window, and that somewhere, in an old dusty box, a new tape is recording my life, one terrifying moment at a time. Because in this game of hide and seek, I was never hiding. I was always found.